go, Chad Spalding, ISC Barrels account manager. I'm here at the beautiful New Riff Distillery in Newport, Kentucky with the master distiller here at New Riff, Brian Sprance. Brian, welcome to ISC's Inside the Barrel.
Thank you for having me, and great to see you.
So we're here to talk about this bottle in particular, New Riff in general, but this bottle, the number 4 most exciting whiskey of 2025 according to Whiskey Advocate, the Bottle and Bond 2025 release of the Balboa Rye. So how about this?
Yeah, Balboa Rye is something that we've been working on for probably since 2015. Actually, the gentleman that grows our corn used to grow Balboa Rye as a cover crop, and he'd been doing it for decades. And he called us up one day and said, "Hey, I usually just kind of till this into the ground. Is this something that you guys want to work with?" So we brought in kind of the New Riff way of doing things. We made one batch of it, which yielded about 14 barrels for us. Kind of evaluated the distillate off the still. We were very happy with it, and then that led to subsequent years where we just kind of doubled production, tripled production, and I think we've had years where we've made up to probably 500 barrels of it. So
yeah,
it's kind of a good organic story of our beloved corn farmer that was also growing amazing rye that we just got to discover and kind of learn with him. Yeah.
So what makes Balboa Rye so different than a standard rye for most whiskeys or bourbons?
So one of the things we wanted to stick with was our standard rye mash bill, which is 95% raw rye, 5% malted rye. So we wanted to kind of frame this whiskey in our standard mash bill. So it's 95% Balboa Rye, 5% malted rye, just to kind of keep telling that story. We didn't really have any expectations going into it. We thought if it's going to be a 100% rye whiskey, it's obviously going to be super spicy and clove and cinnamon, all the things that people really associate with like a really aggressive rye whiskey. But we were very pleasantly surprised when the distillate came off. It was very evident almost immediately. This was something that like kind of showed more of like red and blue and kind of some dark fruits to it. So we were very surprised at how kind of fruity spicy it was, as to where I would call our standard rye whiskey kind of like a spice bomb. This one was very much more nuanced, kind of like weaving in some of the kind of berry notes and things like that. You still have some of the like kind of classical qualities that people associate with standard rye whiskey, clove, cinnamon, but what really just surprised us and wanted us to keep moving forward with it was that kind of like blue and red fruit and stuff like that. So we just found it super interesting.
Is there a particular ISC barrel that this brand in general goes into, or is it a blend? Sort of the way you guys do most things is you have multiple different types of barrels that you get from us, and then kind of blend those off.
Yeah, there's probably a blend of 3 different ISC barrels that go into each Balboa batch. And honestly, probably most whiskeys that we make, we kind of build that little matrix to kind of just showcase the different barrels that you guys make. But anything that's in this batch is probably all the way from like a very heavy toast, char 1, all the way to like what people will probably recognize as like a very traditional like heavy toast, char number 4. So we also have learned a ton from the maturation cycling of this whiskey as well. We've been under construction for so many years here, and we've been building rick houses, and a lot of people throughout the years have been asking us what you guys are learning from the aging environment, the floors, the locations, and things like that. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but actually about 12, 13 years in making whiskey now, we actually have enough data to kind of like start to begin to tell the story. We're a baby in the whiskey industry, so a lot of what we're doing is kind of learning and self-taught, honestly.
A very impactful baby, by the way. You are young, in the big scheme of things with the large heritage distilleries, but wow, the stuff you guys are putting out is amazing, and this is just another example. So how about we have a taste? I'm tired of sitting here looking at it.
Cheers. So again, I think right off the nose, that's where we started picking up kind of the red and the blue fruits. There is still kind of that like familiarity of kind of what you would expect, clove, cinnamon, black pepper and things like that. But it's just a very kind of complex, nuanced whiskey. We'll also have the opportunity very soon to start releasing older age statements of it as well. We've done a couple limited releases where we've done an 8-year barrel strength.
So this one's available anywhere else you can get New Riff?
Yeah, we are available in all 50 states now. We do a little bit of international. But yeah, last year was a big year for us and kind of expanding to all 50 states. So get out there and we should be, this is not a whiskey that's like a limited that no one's gonna find. And again, as the years go by, there's just gonna be more and more and more of it. So, it kind of takes a while to kind of spread through all these distribution channels, but as of right now, everything that we release, we're trying to get into all 50 states.
Great. Okay, folks, I definitely recommend this one. It's super exciting whiskey, very tasteful. just like everything else that I've ever tasted out of New Riff. And Brian, we certainly appreciate your time and the invite to step into the beautiful distillery here in Newport, Kentucky.
Happy to have you. Good to see you, Chad.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.